Yo yo yo, this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. The artist team's called Grunt, and this is Pokemon Master ZX. Guys, we now have an info about Legendary Arena Latias. So let me take this time to discuss this with you guys. So this is from Absol-utely Spaceman. Thank you, Absol-utely, for the info. Okay, let's. There's a Legendary Arena Latias stage and mission. The other one is Move and Passive. Let us quickly go to the stage and mission first. I think this is the easier one. So Boss Hint, lower the opponent's stats to nullify its damage reduction. The opponent changes its type weakness once per battle. Multiple opponents appear. The opponent gains more damage reduction the more its stats have been raised in total. So there's Flygon, there's Latias, there's Alakazam. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, you know, the usual. Now, the weakness of the opponent is Dragon, then switches to Fairy. Alakazam is weak to Dark. Flygon is weak to Dragon. And Latias is weak to both Dragon and Fairy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Latias comes out the same time as when Diantha comes out. So probably this is the time that you want to use Diantha in battle. At the same time, there's Palatine's Dawn, which can lower the opponent's attack and special defense, if I'm not mistaken. So Fake, Tears lowers the opponent's special defense, Charm lowers the opponent's attack, and the lower the opponent's stats are, the stronger Palatine's Dawn sync move becomes. Palatine's Arena, the slower the opponent is, the faster you are. When the opponent is paralyzed, I think your attacks or sync moves get more powerful. And then there's Champion Iris, who, you know, has the multipliers as well. Diantha's sync move multipliers, I don't think involves anything debuffing, but she has her multipliers as well. So Latias Challenge Part 1, the usual Latias Challenge Part 2, Part 3, nothing much to discuss here. I think let's just discuss the moves and passive skills. So Boss's resistances will revert back to their base resistance at the start of new bar. Boss's passives will revert back to base at the start of new HP bar. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, each bar 24,564 HP, 29,900 HP, 32,660 HP. I don't understand. Oh, wait. 3 bar. Oh, okay. I what? Part 1. If I am understanding this correctly, the total bars. No, I will not pretend to understand this. Let's just leave it like that. I think it's 32,660 times 3, 29,900 times 3, 24,564 times 3. I think that's the thing here. So Part 1 has total of 73,692 HP, Part 2 89,700, Part 3 total of 978,000. Is this correct? Seems wrong. Why is Part 3? Why does Part 3's HP go up to the 100,000s? Seems wrong, guys. Anyway, I am just moving on. Move. Safeguard blocks status conditions from affecting the allied field of play. Zen Headbutt has a small chance of making the target flinch. Telekinesis makes you unable to evade moves. Mud Slap lowers accuracy. Energy Ball has a small chance of lowering the target's special defense. Psychic, very small chance of lowering special defense. Passive, it is still incomplete, so it can be wrong. Please wait for the official description. Fluid Fortification reduces damage when the user is hit by any move, including sync moves. Oh. Defense Crush 1 has a small chance of lowering the target's defense when an attack against it is successful on a roll, raises the chance of lowering stat values with the additional effect of moves. No name. Remove all status conditions from the user when the user's HP drops to half or below for the first time. Ripple Effect 9. When a move used by the Pokemon lowers an opponent's stat, lowers the same stat for all opposing sync pairs. Sharply raises the speed of all allied sync pairs when the user's HP drops to half or below. Team Pinpoint Entry sharply raises accuracy of everyone. Team Fierce Entry 1 raises attack of all allied sync pairs. Team Grand Entry 1 raises special attack of all allied sync pairs. Reinforced. The more the user's stats have been raised, slightly increase those metrics. Weakened. The more the user's stats have been lowered, mitigates the reduction of that stat. Invulnerable. If the user's total stat increase is 10 plus 10 or higher, if the total stat increase is 10 or higher, slightly more increase those metrics. Slightly more increase. Seems grammatically wrong. Vulnerable, when the total stat is negative 10 or lower, mitigates the reduction of stat. For example, if plus 1 attack, plus 2, plus 3 activate, if anything is if the stat increases of everything is 10 or higher, invulnerable will trigger and reinforce will trigger. And if it's lower than 10, it's not activated. And weaken, if you are able to lower the opponent's stats to 10 or lower, I don't know, the opponent becomes weaker, or it's not that bad. Anyway, Unknown 1 reduces special damage done to the allied field of play when the Pokemon enters a battle. Unknown 2 drastically raises the user's evasiveness when the Pokemon enters a battle. Unknown 3 drastically raises the user's attack sync pairs when the Pokemon enters a battle. Unknown 4, what is with these names? Drastically raises the user's special attack sync pairs when the Pokemon enters a battle. Drastically raises the user's speed stats. Drastically raises the user's defense stats. Drastically raises blah blah, makes the user next attack a sure hit. If the total stat increase is 10 or higher, user gain damage, immunity, effects, and more. My mind is mushy after reading all these stuff. I'll let you know what I understand later. Lesson Paralysis 5, 8, and 9. Lesson Burn, Lesson Trap, Lesson Sleep, Lesson Flinch, Lesson Freeze, Lesson Paralysis, Lesson Confusion, Stout Heart, Train Bodies, Steady Resolve, Train Minds, Sudden Sprint, Nimble Footed, Mind's Eye. Other, Slippery Slope 9. Whenever you miss, the opponent's evasiveness goes up. Hemmed in 9. Lowers the user's evasiveness when the user is hit by an attack move. So it's the opposite of Slippery Slope 9. Whenever you are able to hit the opponent, the evasiveness of the opponent goes down. Okay? Danger Dodge 6 radically raises the user's evasiveness. That's plus 6 when the user's HP drops to half or below for the first time in battle. Irritating, but that is where Champion Iris comes in, guys. Champion Iris has Piercing Gaze, and you want to lower the stats of the opponents I guess Champion Iris will be quite helpful in this battle. So, Psybeam, Shadow Ball, Hyper Beam. What? Why do you suddenly have... Oh, Alakazam. Alakazam has Psybeam, Shadow Ball, Hyper Beam with Ramp Up 2, Furious Brain, and Lesson Paralysis, Lesson blah 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 blah. Flygon has Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Both Earthquake and Rock Slide are irritating because they will hit everyone. Berserker 2 sharply raises user's attack when a move is successful. Furious Brawn, the more the attack has been raised, the more it powers up moves. Same thing for the passive skills and everything. Okay, we are done reading everything. So guys, this is how I understand this. So there's Legendary Arena Latias. Latias will be paired up with both Flygon and Alakazam. And Latias will have Safeguard, Zen Headbutt, Telekinesis, Mud Slap, Energy Ball, and Psychic. Now, the good thing about this is there is no attack that is extremely painful, at least for Latias. There's no Giga Impact, there's no Hyper Beam, there's no Hammer Arm. The strongest damaging move here is Psychic. And because Latias has On a Roll 2 as a passive skill, almost every time, or at least a lot of times when the opponent uses Psychic, your special defense goes down. If I'm not mistaken, Latias also has Ripple Effect 9. So basically, if Psychic lowers someone's special defense, everyone's special defense goes down. Same thing for Energy Ball. If Energy Ball lowers your special defense, everyone's special defense goes down. If Mud Slap lowers your accuracy, everyone's accuracy goes down. And flinching is not part of that. So that's something irritating with Latias. And then the more Latias is able to increase his stats. Now, how does he increase his stats? Because when he enters the battle, some passive skills come into play. Those team something, which wherever it is, I don't want to try and find it. Oh, there it is, guys. Team Pinpoint Entry. At the start of battle, everyone's accuracy +2, everyone's attack +1, everyone's special attack +1, and basically there's some way for the opponent to increase its stats, and the more the opponent's stats are raised, the stronger it will be. This by stronger means the more shieldy, the more tanky they will become because of reinforced. The more the user stats has been raised, the more whatever this is. And invulnerable, the stronger, it will make him stronger. And then for vulnerable and weakened, same thing oppositely. The more the user stats have been lowered, the stat probably I don't wanna try and understand these, but I would say that it will not lower that much. Oh, who cares? Let's just try and lower the opponent's stats as much as possible. Now there's another one. There is the I think it's the Flygon. Flygon is a physical attacker, and the stronger the every time Flygon attacks, his attack stat goes up +2 because of Berserker 2. And the problem with Flygon is the stronger his attack stat is, the stronger his moves become because of Furious Brawn. So you do not want Flygon's attack stat to go up at all. You want to lower down the attack stat of Flygon. As for the Alakazam, he has Hyper Beam and, sharply raises the user's special attack when a move is successful. So every time Alakazam attacks, special attack stat of Alakazam goes up by 2. And the stronger or the higher special attack is, the stronger the moves of Alakazam is. So Hyper Beam, Shadow Ball, Psychic, kind of deadly moves. So better be careful of this Alakazam. I think the side opponents will be a bit more irritating compared to the center opponent. But yeah, we want to lower down the opponent's stat. The best sync pair probably to use here is Champion Iris because, Champion Iris has Piercing Gaze and Double Drop. So every time you use Snarl, special attack -2. Every time you use Breaking Swipe, attack -2. And people have been arguing whether to give her Critical Strike 2 or Defense Crush 2. In this situation, I would say that Defense Crush 2 might be good. So every time you are able to, not really every time, there's a chance that you are able to lower the defense of everyone when you attack. By everyone, I mean Breaking Swipe and Snarl. So every time you hit, there's like a 20% chance of lowering the opponent's defense stat. And because of Double Drop, the passive skill of Champion Iris, the defense stat goes down -2 instead of -1. So, very useful texting pair. Lots of debuffs happening with Champion Iris. Number 2, to be, if you don't have Champion Iris, probably you can try and bring out Signa-Sweet-Leaf or, who is this? James. Make sure you are able to poison the opponent before the opponent uses Safeguard, because once the opponent uses Safeguard, poison status cannot happen anymore. Once you're able to poison the opponent, use Janine or Tech Nidoqueen and Venom Drench the enemy. Venom Drench, Venom Drench, Venom Drench, Venom Drench 6 times to lower the opponent's attack stat, special attack stat, and speed stat to -6. But I think because of the opponent's passive skills, you might have to use that a little bit more times. That's option number 2. Option number 3, you have Palentine's Dawn, which can lower the opponent's attack stat and special defense. You have Palentine's Serena, which is able to lower the opponent's speed as well as paralyze them. You have Signa-Sweet-Leaf, by the way, to lower the opponent's defense and special defense stats. You have Kukui to lower down everyone's defense stats. And lots more sync pairs that can debuff the opponent. You just have to look into them. I'm not sure if the Diantha would be great in this battle. Probably the Diantha not that much, more on Champion Iris, more on Palentine Serena / Dawn, and more of, you can actually use Marnie here if you have Marnie, since the opponent is also weak to dark type hits. Where is it? I think it's here. And Marnie, the higher your stats are, the stronger the damage will be. So if you're planning to use Marnie, probably put her in team number 2 if you're not able to defeat the enemy in the first turn, the first team. Use your first team to debuff the opponent, second team to land the hits if you need 2 teams. Otherwise, there's Haze, there's Snarl, or rather there's Snatch to steal the buffs of the opponent. Haze, we use Haze on Cresselia, we use Snatch on Cresselia and Grimsby, and Bryson really did well in that fight. This one, it's just gonna be irritating, but I don't think it's gonna be that difficult. But who knows? Once they come out on March 31, that's when I will probably be giving my final word on this, guys. And I'll be doing a free-to-play version of this fight, as well as an ideal way of how to do this fight. So with that said, info is kind of incomplete, but with the info that we have, I think I have said enough. Let me know in the comment section if I have spouted something ununderstandable, or if you agree with my thoughts here. And if I have missed anything, just let me know. And what are your strategies you will be using in order to defeat this stage? But anyway, I think that's good. And I'll see you when this happens. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Comment your thoughts. Share this with your friends and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have any Synclair Scout videos that you want me to react to, comment them down in the comment section so that I can react to them by the end of the month. Thank you to all the members of my channel: Shadowfield, So Nicholas, Moreless Gaming, Aryan Sing Plays, Johnny Dogs, John9019, Treasure Gamers, Poplio Gaming, Roy Ackerman, and Luca. And if you want your name to appear up there, you can click on the join button down there. See you in the next video.